So with all the men you've talked to on Dad Up, like, is there like a common theme or something you see regularly that comes through about men and what they have in common and all these great dads and things like that?
Yeah, it's the biggest theme that I see that comes across from the guys I interview is all stemming around being present with our kids, and not just like I was saying earlier, not just hearing them, but really listening them, being around our kids as much as possible, and making one of the other things I'll say this, making time for our kids, scheduling that time with our kids is something that I've noticed a lot of successful men, because I've had a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of guys that are real busy. I've had people in show business on my show. And so they have these real hectic schedules, and they are very, very good about scheduling time with their family. And so that's one thing that I've learned through the years of not only parenting, but doing the podcast is, if things aren't on your schedule, they're just going to get overlooked, or they're going to get pushed to the side, or bumped for something else. So, putting your family on your calendar, putting your family time on your schedule is something that most of the men that I talk to, are really, really good at.
Yeah, that the newsletter that I'll send out tomorrow, I wrote this morning, and that was the main point of it was scheduling important things, including family and date nights and things like that. And because if you don't fill in that space with something important, life will fill it in with something less important, but something that feels more urgent.
Yep. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, is there something that you've noticed, something you can pinpoint that a lot of men and just dads in general are sort of missing now, or you know, something they're overlooking that could improve their relationship with their wife and their children and things like that?
I'm going to go back to that
Mm.
listening,
Mhm.
because we don't realize as parents how much that has an impact on our kids. If you're half listening to your kid when they're trying to tell you something, they're going to realize it, they're going to recognize it, and when they really need to talk to you about something really important, they're not going to come to you with it, because they're going to think that, well, he's not really listening to me anyways. He's too busy on his phone, or he's too busy with work, or whatnot. So the listening component is something that is definitely something that I find dads missing, that they need to start to be aware of. Because, like I said, when kids are younger, they pick up on those cues, and as they start to hit those important teenage years, or late teen years, early adult years, they'll remember those times when dad was sort of half checked out. And I have some things I need to share with him, but he's not real. I already know how the conversation is going to go. He's not going to give me the eye contact. I know he's not going to be totally listening to me. So it doesn't make sense to even share this news with him anyways. So,
Well, I look back like when I was a kid, and the only thing I had to compete with was the television. But now parents are, and me included, we'll have the TV on, but looking at my phone, and my son will come try to talk to me, and so I mean, there's even more competing for your attention than there used to be.
no, is a major issue that I see parents or dads struggle with.